Shut up! All right, all right. So how's everybody doing? So how's everybody doing? I'm living live. I'm living loud. So I just wanted to talk. You know, how's everybody week been going? Day, night. I'm living live. But yeah, so today I had a fucked up hard day. You know, I got the flu. You get what I'm saying? Go to work today. I let her know I'm not feeling good. My body hurt. I got a new boss. That shit pissed me off. I don't care. Like, you there to be a leader. You're not leading if you're not covering none of these shifts. You feel what I'm saying? That should be pissing me off. Especially the work I do. I like my job, but I just hate when they bring new people in. If it ain't broke, don't fix this shit. Like, we've been running smooth over here. They want a lot of changes. I'm not trying to hear what you're talking about. Period. I don't believe that. I run my shit tight. You feel what I'm saying? So that's some BS. But it is what it is. She had me reaching for shit. I'm like, bro, I do not feel like it. Like, I had to go in the bathroom and cry a little bit, and my body was hurting. I mean, like, really hurting. It was aching like a motherfucker. But she didn't even want to cover me. So, being our manager, if you can't find, I guess if you can't find nobody, instead of thinking about the budget, you feel what I'm saying? I don't understand why people take responsibilities and jobs from shit y'all don't even know nothing about. People don't be understanding, I swear. Don't. Uh, but it is what it is, you know. I try to deal with my job, but I told Trina, my boss, I was like, bro, don't like her. I don't understand. You like she don't level y'all up. Nobody can level me up if you're not being a leader. I'm gonna look at you like a joke. So we're gonna get some fashion boys around here. What the fuck you think I've been doing? I don't talk ghetto to nobody unless I'm talking to my coworkers. I know how to talk. What the fuck do you mean? And I can't stand a bougie black person. You're hella bougie. You became a manager and you trying to change shit when shit don't need to be changed. Why do people do that? If it's running good, leave it as is. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't get that part. Excuse me. I didn't understand that part. I would never get that part. How about they gave me a checklist of everything they want? I don't believe that either. I was so mad because I like last time I called off was what 2000 maybe 18 because I couldn't talk. I strapped my voice because I was yelling at my kids the night before. When I got to work, I couldn't talk. So she was like, "You need to find somebody to cover your shift tomorrow." So I did. After I found somebody to cover my shift, she waited till 10 o'clock till I can't cover your shift. So I ended up coming in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do this with these people. So I come to work like literally I couldn't even talk. You know what I'm saying? And my boss was like, "Well, why are you there?" I said, "She called me at 10 o'clock and told me she ain't gonna be able to come." I just don't. Sometimes I get frustrated. I've been there since 2016, and I swear to God, it's like I didn't have four different managers, and the only manager I really liked it, she moved up. I was pissed. I ain't gonna lie, I was so mad. Like, take me with you. I'm tired of working with other people, you know. But it just made me mad when she was like, "She's gonna change stuff. How she gonna change shit?" And being a manager, you have to cover shifts when nobody else wanna come in. I haven't seen you do that yet. If you call covering a shift for 2 hours, that's not covering the shift because you're supposed to do the whole shift. You didn't want to do the whole shift. And today I'm like, she don't want to stay until 6 because that's what time I work 10 hours a day. She didn't want to stay until 6. 6. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just made me so mad. Like, where's my leader? You're supposed to be leading. So if ain't nobody else, I'm like, so when I told her I wasn't feeling good when I came to work this morning, she was like, well, Mia could work for you. I looked at Mia because Mia was there when I got there. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going to ask Mia to work here because she just worked a double. She been there since 5 o'clock yesterday until 8 o'clock today. No, I'm not asking her to cover my shift. That's dumb. Why am I asking her to cover my shift? You're the boss. But I'm not gonna have her. I'm just not gonna wear my people out because you got motherfuckers at OP who don't want to do shit. Period. It just pisses me off, bro. Like seriously. Then she was like, "I need you to grab stuff off this shelf at the top." I just did it. I was so mad because I just told you that I was hurting real bad because this flu got my whole upper body. But it is what it is. I'm not tripping. But I stayed until 6. No, actually, I stayed until 7. Like I said, the girl worked the double, so she came in at 7 o'clock. She was late. I wasn't even tripping. I was still hurting. But I said, it's okay. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping at all because this shit is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I like my job. I just don't like when people come and try to make changes when it don't need to be changed. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. But I did tell my old boss, I'm like, I don't like her. I don't like her. That's what I told her. But again, I do love my job. Let me say that. I'm gonna keep saying I do love my job. I just don't. I've just been doing this too long, and you have never did this type of work before. You can do my job in my sleep. Sometimes I wish that when my old boss asked me to take that position, I would have took it. I should have just gone and took it. But I'm not getting. I don't want to get paid salary. That's one thing. I'm not getting paid salary. I can bump me up to $2 more and let me get all the overtime. For real. because a lot of people don't even show up for their shifts. Not in my building particularly, but in another building I'll be working in sometime. Well, I know why sometimes it do piss me off, but it is what it is. Like Friday is my only day off, and I gotta work Saturday and Sunday for 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? So literally, I'm working from Saturday, I think, until Friday, until Thursday. So I'll be doing that. Sometimes I'll be getting mad because I do all this funky ass overtime, and the government take majority of it. That's crazy. But I try, I try to be respectful to everybody. Make sure everybody good. Especially my residents. Yeah, especially my residents. I love my residents. I ain't gonna say I love all of them, but I'll say at least 85% of my residents I like a lot. You got some people who think they're privileged and got me fucked up. It's crazy though. But it is what it is. I ain't gonna stop, you know what I'm saying, doing my job. Like I tell people all the time, I don't give a fuck how much I don't like you. I'm just gonna do my job. Don't expect no extra shit from me. My bad. I got to. I know I got the cold. I got the flu. So I got a friend, right? And it's crazy. So I got a friend. She been dealing with this dude for 4 years, but um they're not in a relationship. And they might see each other, she told me, maybe once a week or 2 times, 2 to 3 times out the month. And she was telling me like she one day she wasn't feeling good. This was a couple weeks ago. But she told the dude she wasn't feeling good and let her know, because the flu was going around up here. And she was like, I'm not doing too well. I'm hurting. And the dude was like, oh, drink you a hot toddy. I'll be over there. She was like, no, I don't feel good. Like, I can't breathe. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got kind of passionate. And I'm like, damn. Like, y'all not boyfriend and girlfriend, right? But you always want that person to stop doing what they're doing for you. Make it make sense. But you're not willing to do the same thing. You're not willing to put yourself. But you want, like she was like, I have the flu. I've been sick for maybe 1 or 2 days, and you don't even give a fuck. Make it make sense. I'm really not understanding that part. Excuse me. That shit was crazy when she told me that. And she's like, we've been messing around for almost like 4 years. He don't want to, you know, be your boyfriend. She said no. I asked her, but she ain't having sex with nobody but this person for the last 4 years. But he don't want to make her his girlfriend. It's crazy. Talk about I don't got time for that. Then why are we fucking around, bro? Like we should have, like I told her, we should have just made this a one night stand. That's what I told her, and just moved on with our lives. No, we've been fucking around for 4 years. She said, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't get it. Who does that to people? It's crazy though. It is what it is. Why I sound like that? I told my girl, don't even worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I ain't gonna stop messing with him, but he will respect me. Hey, okay, I feel it. I don't understand why some men are like that. I'm single. I've been single since 2015, and I was with that person for 7 years. And then before him, I was with my kid's father for 10 years, almost 10 years. Yeah, 18 until I was 28, 28, 10 years. I mean, I think, yeah. So after I had three boys by this person. I didn't want to have no more kids. I was like, you can tie my tooth because I knew eventually we was gonna break up because he was cheating on me and shit like that. So I just don't want to make no mistakes and have no more kids. And I was like, I didn't want to be in my 30s and 40s having babies on my hip. Hell no. My oldest, well, my youngest is 16 and I am 44. So when I turn 50, all my kids will be over 21. That's all I care about. And making sure they're able to stand on their 2 feet. I stretched that very hard with my last 2 kids. Like I got 4 kids, 2 different baby daddies. My oldest I had when I was 13. Then my next child I had when I was 20. Um then I had my next child at 25, then 28. That was my last child. And all three of them have the same father. It's crazy because their dad he named after Lattice, Romaine Lattice, right? So I was like, so when I was pregnant with our first child, he was like, I'm gonna name him Romaine. I said, I'm not naming my child after no Lettuce. So as I got older, when my son came out, I was like, cause I was one of my favorite gangster flicks was Sugar Hill, right, with Wesley Snipes. I can't think of the other guy. But Wesley Snipes, his name was Romello, and I fell in love with that name when I first heard it. On it, that was the first time I ever heard it. So he was like, "No, we're not gonna name him Romello." And I said, "What we gonna name him?" I said, "Yeah, if it ain't," because he wanted his boys to have all his initials, because he got 3 boys before my boys, and they got all his initials. And I was like, I wouldn't name my child after, I mean, my firstborn Romaine anyway, because you already got one. Your oldest, you know what I'm saying? His oldest, my daughter is 31. He should be 30 this year. You know what I'm saying? His other son name is Ray Quad, and his other son name is Ray Shaw. So what I did was I kept the ROs. I tried to keep the ROs. Let me put it that way. So like my daughter, she's named after my grandma. Like my grandma, I put my grandma through hell. I ain't gonna lie. I know I put my grandma through hell. Ain't nobody can tell me no different. Even when I went to the funeral, when I was at the funeral of my granny and I went up there and spoke, you feel me? And I let them know I was bad as fuck. And I wasn't bad as fuck to, you know what I'm saying, getting in trouble or nothing, but I was just, I just wanted to be, um, excuse me, y'all. But my oldest child is named after my grandma. And it's crazy because I didn't think about, like, my grandma and her dad has her dad name. name start with a C. My grandma name start with a C. So I named my daughter after my grandma because that was my biggest idol. I love that lady. I put her through hell. And like I said, when I was at the funeral, and I went up there and spoke my eulogy, I let them know, like, I was bad as fuck. You feel me? And then I got a cousin, we 3 months apart, but he's older than me. And his ass up there. And it just pissed me off. Like, you sit here lying, talking about, yeah, I was helping my granny. You lying, bro. Wasn't helping her do shit. You a fucking liar. You sitting on up there lying. It's crazy. But yeah, so my grandma's name. And don't get me wrong, I love my grandma, but I hate her name. Never liked her name. Um, Her name was uh old girl off the color purple. Her name was Silly. That's what Oprah. I mean Oprah. Not Oprah. Whoopi Gold name was Silly. So my grandma name is that too. So I named my daughter after my granny. But her dad name is Clinton. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think about that. But it is what it is. She kept my last name. And my three boys, they don't have my last name. They have their dad last name. Like I'm trying to think. Yeah, like my older, like I was saying, I just skipped over like Sugar Hill. He was like, nah, he can't have it. I don't want him named after that. I want you to name it after me. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that because you already got a firstborn with your name. So I was like, I always liked the Romeo. So I said, I'm gonna name my son Romeo. So I named him Romeo. Then when my second son came, uh, I think me and my daughter thought about his name. And I was like, no, she gave him his middle. Did she give him his middle name? I think my daughter gave him his middle name. And all of them, their last name is Johnson. But like my oldest son, me and his middle name. So I gave him his dad's middle name. And what's so crazy about it, his dad's middle name is like my hit. So let me say this. So my son's father name is LaShawn, right? So if you take the first two letters off his name and put M-E instead of L-A, my name is Misha. My middle name is Letitia Michon McGee, right? So I let him have his dad's middle name and his last name. So then when I had my second son, right, what I did was I was like, I don't know what to name him. I wasn't even thinking about naming him Romello at this time. So I was like, you know what? Ramon will fit him. So his name is Ramon, but his last name, I mean his middle name, like all my boys have their initials, same initials. So his middle name is, my daughter gave him his middle name, I know that for a fact. His name is Lamario. And then my last child, and I knew this was gonna be my last child, for a show, named him Romello, and he got the same middle name like his brother, like Romeo. But the difference is, my daughter gave him his middle name, and I loved it, so I kept it. So my youngest son, his name is Romelo Lashaniel Johnson. So it's spelled just like his oldest brother, but we added a hyphen YELL. So I thought that was dope. So that's his name. But like my so when he was a baby, he was just a mellow baby. So we ended up naming him Mellow for nickname. My best friend gave him that, or she would call him Chunky Monkey. Um, and then my my middle son Ramon, I call him my middle son, but my third son Ramon, he was one of them fat chunky babies. He's so pretty. So I ended up naming him his nickname Fat Fat. Then my oldest son, we used to call him Booty. And he was like, Mom, can you just stop calling me that? So I should have just, what I didn't think of is, I should have just named him Wesley Snipes, his nickname, because his nickname was Rome in the movie, but his real name was Romello. So I should have gave him Rome as a, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Short for uh, Romeo, and I didn't think of that. But as he got older, we just never called him that. Like my oldest child, so on her dad's side, they call her Cece, right? On my side, we call her Pumpkin because when she was a baby, right? She had she ain't had no hair on the sides, right? But she had a lot of hair in the middle of her head. So I used to put little barrettes and stuff up there, and it used to hang to the side, right? And her face was hella cute and big, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna call her Pumpkin, and then I've been calling her Pumpkin ever since. Yeah, but her dad, my oldest child, her dad died like 3 years ago, and it's crazy because that makes me nervous because I'm his age now when he died. You know, we was 3 years apart, and he was older than me. So my daughter was like, "Mom, all his baby mamas was there. Why you didn't come?" So my daughter, like this man, got like 4 or 5. I want to say about 6, give or take. I'm gonna say give or take 7 or 8 baby mamas, right? So my daughter was like, "Mom, why you didn't come?" Now I'm originally from Chicago. I'm not come. I haven't talked to your dad since you was 12. You feel what I'm saying? My daughter's 31 now. So if he passed away 3 years ago, you in your late 20s. I'm like, come on now. I'm not going in that man's funeral. I say he didn't help me. Now, if it was his sister, because it was only two of them. Now, if his sister had passed, yeah, I'll be there because she helped me all step of the way. You feel what I'm saying? I remember one time I was going to school. I was cool with this girl. Her name is Michelle. We're friends on Facebook, but I didn't know she was going with D. And so I showed her a picture of my daughter because I had my daughter in 8th grade, right? So now my daughter, at this time, I was a junior. She was like 3. So the girl, Michelle, like we graduated from junior high together. And we graduated from high school together. But this was like our junior year, and I showed her a picture of my baby. And she was like literally, I don't know what it was, but I knew what she wanted to say. She kept looking at the picture, just looking at the picture, because my daughter does not look nothing like me. She looks just like her dad's side, right? So she was just looking, but she wouldn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So she looking and looking, and she was like, "You know who your daughter looks like?" And I just happened. I swear to God, I just happened to say her to my right hand. I ain't gonna say my right hand to her. Right. But real talk on my life. So what I did was right. So I said CD because his name was CD, and they, like I said, on her dad's side they call her CC, and she was my daughter's his firstborn, right? So she was like, yes. I was like, that's my baby daddy, and she didn't even know he had a child. 'Cause at that time he already had 2 girls. And both of my girl and his other baby, my daughter and her look just like when they was babies. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. But like I only see my daughter's sister one time, and that's when she was a baby, like she was just born. And I went over there to go see her, and I couldn't help but to look at that baby, and I'm like, damn. And I'm 13. I didn't know no better, so we wasn't even in a relationship. Found out they was in a relationship this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway, so I haven't seen her sister since she was a baby, but once in a while when my daughter, because she always keeping up with her sisters and brothers, right? So I even had conversations with her. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still like even with my kid's father, I'm still like at the time I was still close to his oldest son. Like we was chopping it up and everything. I want to say like what's that 3 4 years ago we were just chopping it up. And he was just telling me he had got locked up, and at the time when he got locked up in the penitentiary where his dad was. And he was just telling me how his dad was treating him like shit. And I was like, he was telling me and my oldest son Romeo and shit. But that's why I be telling y'all I don't want y'all to go to jail. But my son ended up going to jail because him and my middle son they was fighting. Right, this is like 4 years ago. They get to fighting, and I had to go to work the next day. So they come in the room at like 2 o'clock. I said, "What are y'all fighting for?" They fighting over the fucking bathroom at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, knowing I had to be at work. And I was excuse me, and I was working a double that day, so I was pissed. You feel me? But it is what it is. So my middle son ended up calling the police. I know he called the police, and so um, I was pissed when he called the police. So I told the police, if you take him, you can take him too, because I don't think it's right that they fighting over the bathroom. Period. And I have to be at work, so they end up taking my son to this detention center or something in Seattle, Washington. And you know what I'm saying? Like literally, um, what happened? What happened? Literally, he stayed up in there for 3 days and he didn't like it. And I was like, y'all had a family squabble, and then they were trying to have my son take man, what is it? Anger management classes. My son, he's not a mean person. He don't have anger issues or nothing. But they brother, you know how brothers fight. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so my middle son, I ain't gonna lie, he bougie as hell, and he gets on my motherfucking nerves. He don't, like he do little shit. If my oldest son was still here, like I wouldn't have to worry about coming home, and I have to clean and all of this stuff because he would have already did it. My middle son, you know what I'm saying? When he get tired, he just go to somebody else's house. I'm like, bro, and he's 19 right now, and I'm not the mom to want to kick him out, but he's, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting to that point, like, you know, I, it just, so my pet peeve is dishes, right? I asked my son, so my son, he then took over the whole room now, right? So my other son sleeps in the living room. And I was kind of mad because he just took over the room. Now I've been paid like $300 on this bed that it took us like 3 4 hours to put together. So my son don't sleep in there. So he keeps the door closed. I don't have a problem with that. But he be having stacks of dishes in his room just stacked up hella nice. And I'm like, bro, after you eat, just rest. I have a fucking dishwasher, bro. I have a dishwasher. So I'm not understanding why you don't use the dishwasher. Are you freaking serious? All you have to do is rinse your plate off and put it in the dishwasher. That's all I'm asking. And he won't even do that. So when it comes down to looking for dishes, I gotta go in the room and get the dishes. He be having a hella plate. And like last week, I was just so tired of it, and I was telling him, like, bro, you gotta at least rinse off your dishes. Like, you gotta do a lot of helping out. You don't do shit. You're not working or nothing. Like, bro, What is wrong with you? And then you got your little girlfriend over here. You feeding her off of my motherfucking food. And then, what's going on, bro? Please make it make sense. I don't have a problem. But you get your money. You don't want to be here. Y'all buy y'all own food. But when you ain't got no money, you feeding your girlfriend off my food when we struggling already. It just pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Like for Thanksgiving, I swear to God. So I didn't cook Thanksgiving, right? This Thanksgiving just passed. I didn't cook Thanksgiving. So I had to work on Thanksgiving. So I was like, I don't have to work Friday. I'm gonna make the food Friday, right? So I make the food, and I make the food right, and then I had to work Saturday. I had to work Saturday morning. I get off until 7, so I work 8 to 7 that day, right? So when I come home, I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a big ass turkey. I made these big ass tenderloins. I made 2 of them. Made greens, macaroni and cheese. I ain't fix a lot like I used to because I only got 2 kids at home. Made me some dressing. My kids don't eat the dressing. Only my 2 oldest ones do, but my youngest don't. So I made me some dressing or whatever. Greens. My son said he wanted some greens and macaroni and cheese. Like, bro, I made a big pot of. And then I didn't get done until like Friday, 8 o'clock my time. You feel what I'm saying? So when I come home Saturday, I ain't got no motherfucking food. Do you know how mad I was? The only thing was there is turkey. So I got to snapping on both of my kids like, bro, y'all didn't even make sure. And it kind of made me mad because I know that night, that night when I cooked, it was a whole tenderloin and a half a tenderloin, right? Nobody really didn't touch the mac. I mean, I made a big pot of macaroni and cheese, made cornbread muffins for the what you call it for the greens, right? I come home, ain't no macaroni and cheese, none, ain't no tenderloin. And I'm like, it was a whole loaf and a half left. So the only thing was left was the turkey and some greens. Do you know how fucking pissed off I was? Like I sit here and slave for one fucking day, my only day off, and nobody could call me and say, "Ma, you want some of this food?" Woo, woo. So my oldest son, well, my 19-year-old, he was like, uh, before I went and knew it wasn't no more food, he was like, "Ma, can I get some food?" I was like, "Yeah, I ain't got no problem with it." He was like, "It's really not a lot." I was like, "Yeah." I didn't know it wasn't a lot because I just, like I didn't get finished cooking until 8 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? So I worked from 8 to 7, and y'all ate that food the whole time. Like y'all didn't even think about me. I was mad. I was like, I didn't get, and I didn't. I didn't get no macaroni and cheese. I had a piece of the tenderloin. Um, because I was already picking at it while I was cooking it. So I thought, after everything got done, I wasn't hungry no more. And then what else I did? And I was like, fuck that. So I asked my kids. I was like, I need y'all to mix the cheesecake for me. I'll do it. I just need y'all to mix it. Hey, Mississippi. So I asked my son to mix it. Both of my kids, all my kids know how to make cheesecake from scratch. You feel me? So I was pissed because I was like, could one of y'all, I said, I'm kind of tired. You know what I'm saying? This the only day I got off. Could one of y'all put the cheesecake together for me and now I will finish it. So my kids didn't do none of that shit. I ain't cooked nothing. I was like, what happened to the cheesecake, mom? What happened to I'm not cooking. Y'all couldn't even put it together for me, bro. Like y'all ate all my motherfucking Thanksgiving food and didn't even call me and say, Mom, you know, do you want us to put you up some food? I come home from a motherfucking. I didn't work a 10-hour shift. I worked 11-hour shift. I come home and my kids ate every fucking. My 2 boys ate everything. So I get to snapping on them like, bro, Y'all don't have no consideration because, like I said, I didn't get finished cooking Friday because I didn't cook on Thanksgiving. I cooked that Friday. I didn't get finished cooking until 8 o'clock that night. You feel me? I had to be at work at 8 o'clock that morning. And then the person didn't show up, and my boss was like, "How long can you stay?" I can stay for another hour. I'm not gonna keep covering these people's shift when I can't support. Nobody can support me to cover my shift. Like I said earlier today, I know I got the food, and I was so. My son must be coming in with his bad ass. Shut up! Okay, I had to turn my mic down because it's too fucking on my ears. But yeah, but like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bust my ass on that side. Like, literally, I just gave my youngest son $200. And, like, now he be like, "Ma, you want me to do this? You want me to do that?" I know. I say, because you know that income tax coming down. But I told him, that's y'all Christmas present. I don't celebrate Christmas no more. My kids is not small. Now, it was a big in my house when they was little. But, shit, all I have to do is get him money and then income tax. I mean, he want this PC. I ain't gonna lie, it's dope as fuck. Cause he's gonna start game streaming. You know what I'm saying? So he wants this game chair. So the PC is like 900. So I don't have a problem with getting that. So you're gonna have to put your income tax time. So I told him you can get that, and you can get you some new headphones. Um, for income tax, I always buy them two. I always buy him two pair of shoes. I used to buy all my boys two pair of shoes, but since I only got one left, the only time I buy my 19-year-old something is for his birthday. That's it. Like he want these, he love ones. He got ones. Love Air Force Ones. So he don't care how I pick them because he always like them. Because I try to get him shit. I'm always looking at people's feet. I don't know why. When they walk in, I always look at the shoes. And like I'll go like online and look for exclusive shit. I don't mind spending $100 and $200 for his shoes because he still keep his shit in the box. His feet ain't got no bigger or nothing. So that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, between time, I'm like, bro, you gotta get a job. You know what I'm saying? I can help him get his own apartment. I have no problem with helping him get his own apartment. But you need a fucking job, period. And like he has a temper. If he don't like what they saying, he won't he'll walk out. But like I told him, hey bro, sometimes you gotta bite your tongue to get what the fuck you want. Like I never seen my son. Well, my son, my 19-year-old, I want to say he kept his job. His first job was like it was almost like a Salvation Army store, but I forgot what it was called. But they sell like, used shit. And I think that's the longest job he had. I think he stayed there for 4 months. That's the longest job my son had. And he was like, I didn't like how she was talking to him. Shit, I was like, shit, I don't like sometimes how people talk to me either, but shit, I need to get my money if I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. And my grandma taught me that because I got a big ego. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to I don't like um I don't like authority if it's not a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking earlier about my boss. She knew you come and give us this big ass pep speech. Talking about, yeah, I'm a team player. I'm gonna cover some shifts if we need it. You didn't even want to cover my shift, and I told you my body was aching. I think I got the flu. You want to call in everybody else while you are here. Nigga, you haven't been at work in the last 2 days. Instead of you saying, I'll take your shift because your salary in our and our funding is already over the rooftop. Why would you keep doing that? The whole purpose of her making you a manager so you can cover these shifts so we can get this money down. You didn't want to do that. You calling every it's only like two people that I know who will work for. But they already working doubles. I'm not finna break them down, bro. And then one of the girls, she got two small kids. And she only been working there for like 2 months. And y'all got her working doubles and all of that shit. And she said she don't mind it, but she still got kids to consider. And I was like, I was so mad because that's what a manager does, right? So out where I'm at, what a manager does is if if what is it called? If a person can't come in, right? And you can't find nobody to cover the shift, right? You supposed to come and cover the shift. You didn't even want to cover my shift, bro. What type of leader is that? I used to lead a certain not the desk I be at all the time, but at the other place sometimes I be on people's panels. Like that was my permanent home at the time. And she had made me a lead. So I knew what the responsibilities of being a lead. Motherfuckers don't come in, I gotta come in. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you keep giving people overtime, hold on, I'll be right back.
What's up, Tish? Tish.
My bad. I didn't even know I muted myself. I can mute myself on my mic, so I've been doing it that way. And I guess I made a mistake and pressed the mute button. I'm so sorry, Mr. Young. But yeah, I was hoping you would have came back. You are my dog. I I really respect you, and you know what I'm saying. You dope as fuck to me. So it is what it is. But come back up here, Mr. Young, because I got some questions to ask you. I wish Mississippi never left. I got some questions for his ass too. But I'm sorry, Mr. Young. I didn't even know I was on mute. Swear to God, I didn't know. But yeah, yeah. I just hope he come back up here because I really got some questions to ask Mr. Young. But yeah, I was I'm a moderator on Sheep Space Fleet channel, and today he was talking about a 2-year-old in Wisconsin killed his mom, shot her dead in the head, and didn't have no remorse. He was 10. I was tripping. I said, what the fuck? And his mom had a lockbox. That's what's crazy. He knew exactly what key to use to open her lockbox where her gun was. He shot his mom in the head. And they talking about getting the little boy life. Cause I think in Wisconsin, after you're 10 years old, I think what they do is they'll keep you in a juvenile detention center until you turn 18 or 17, and then they put you go straight to the penitentiary. If y'all don't shut up, yeah, when I get my income tax, I just want to get I want to get a bigger screen TV in my living room. It's not that big. I got a 60-inch in my room. I mean, in my living room, and in my room I got a 50. So what I want to do is I want to see how much what is it called? I'm trying to get a 75 or an 80-inch TV to go in my living room. I wanted to get it last year, but the kids' TV in that room broke, so I had to get them a new TV. And it broke twice. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm planning to do. But I am for to get 2 Xboxes, the new ones, and I'm taking one. I'm taking one because shit, all the games is under my account. You know what I'm saying? Majority of all the games. I'll be telling them if I gotta pay for them, you're gonna put them under my profile. So it is what it is. Damn, I didn't even know I was on mute. I wanted to ask Mr. Young something. God damn it. I'm sitting here like I didn't even know I was on mute. I was like, "You hella dope, Mr. Young." I was like, "Hold on," I look, it's all too red. Like, what the fuck? I did not know I was on mute. I knew I was on mute on my mic, but I didn't know I was on mute on my computer. Like, I could laugh. I could collab. Shut up. Shut up. I could collab with Mr. Young. You know what I'm saying? Without getting on their feelings. Country, Mississippi. That's the only people I really fuck with. And one of my coworkers I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? He a dude too. But what's so crazy about it? How I talk on there is the same way I talk when I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? If I can't be me at work, then what am I there for? Or even on YouTube, everybody say YouTube is phony. What I found out today in Mississippi, check, it's just not. It's not for play. Sorry, it's just not. Talk about this. YouTube is not real. Yes, it is. It's real. Motherfuckers might not. They might not be. You know, they might talk it, but they don't walk it. It is what it is. Damn. I'm just mad because I miss Mr. Young. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna stay on here for maybe for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna cut my live. So it's an hour and 7 minutes. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get off. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get off. At my two 2 hours, I'm gonna cut it off. But yeah, that's crazy. So so Kanye West is suspended from Twitter. What kills me about this whole situation, right? About the Kanye situation. But anyway, so with this Kanye his situation, right? Y'all take all his stuff from him because he was talking about Jews, right? And what kills me about that whole thing is y'all took everything from him then, but when he said slavery it was a choice, nobody didn't stick up. Nobody said nothing. That man didn't get not one, nothing took it from him, right? But y'all take the shit now because he talked about Jews. Basically, he was talking about his whole, and you know what? It kind of makes me mad to a certain extent. You feel what I'm saying? You talking crazy. You talk about everybody's control, but it was cool when everybody was buying your Yeezys. You feel me? But slavery was a choice for us. Nobody canceled him for that. But y'all want to cancel him now? Make it make sense. Please do. And it kind of makes me mad. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, you from Chicago, right? Bro, it's still segregated in Chicago. Right now to this day. You could walk down a whole month. You could walk down the whole west side of Chicago. Ain't nothing but black people stay out there. In the suburbs that's connected to the west side, nothing but black people stay out there. The south side, you might see a sprinkle of white people, but it's nothing but black people out there. The north side, nothing but black and Mexican. You feel what I'm saying? So for you to come from Chicago and you coming from, I think he came from the south side of Chicago, like, bro, what was you thinking? This man been making beats since the early 90s for motherfuckers before he even came out. Before he even came out with his first album, College Dropout. You know what I'm saying? Like you set up, you told me, I was listening to excuse me. I was listening to his I wanna say a couple of weeks or months ago. Kanye was talking about that nobody spoke up for him, right? But it kind of killed me. You feel what I'm saying? Because all y'all famous, but after he got to talking shit about a particular artist, and they was like, "We not buying no Yeezys no more." Y'all should have stopped buying Yeezys from this nigga when he said slavery was a fucking choice, bro. And y'all was still buying his shoes. And then he was want to say a couple of days ago, nobody is on my side. No, I wouldn't be on your side because I would have still been thinking about we as black people, we didn't have a choice to come in slavery. Y'all people took us. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you want to think about it, we got Indians in India. They black as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Dominican Republic. A lot of them black as fuck. And talking about Dominican Republic, these motherfuckers said if you too dark, you gotta move to Haitian. Haitian. You saying because they can be born there in the Dominican Republic, their birth certificate can come from Dominican Republic. But because they too dark, you send them to Hades, but all they know is the Dominican. Come on, man. Make that make sense. Why everybody, you know what I'm saying, trying to alleviate the black people, especially the dark skinned people. All dark skinned people ain't ugly. All light skinned people ain't ugly or cute. Vice versa. But because they're really dark, y'all making them get on the bus to go to Hades. And though they don't know nothing about Hades, because they're dark skinned, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Stupidest shit I ever heard. And then the president of the Dominican, he's light as fuck. But nigga, you still got black in you, bro. Make it make sense. I just don't get it. I don't get Kanye. You want people to be on your side, but it kills me that when he started calling out the rappers, oh, we're not buying Yeezys no more recently. But was that last year, a couple years ago when he was on TMZ talking about slavery is a choice? Y'all was still buying his shit. Period. What the fuck was y'all thinking? But since he called y'all out years later, talking about what he say, basically y'all what do you say? Basically y'all you know uh uh controlled by Hollywood. It's not even called Hollywood. It's called Hollyweird to me. And it just killed me. Cause he called y'all out, but y'all wasn't thinking about that when he said slavery was a choice. Y'all was still buying his shit. I would have never bought shit from him. Cause he sounded dumb as fuck on TMZ. And that pisses me off because I know the man's smart as fuck. Who think of shit to say like that on a motherfucking a platform like that? But y'all was still buying his shit. The famous black people. But as soon as he got to calling y'all out recently, we not buying no Yeezys no more. Y'all should have never bought the motherfuckers because when he said slavery was a choice, that's when he first came out with the Yeezys. Why the fuck are y'all buying them? Excuse me. Makes no sense to me. Then he wondering nobody's on my side. Cause you've been talking some weird shit for years now, bro. And like I said, it's not like I think you know what I'm saying. Like even some of these crazy people out here, I swear to God, out here in Seattle, Washington, I know they're smart. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom. My mom was a drug kid. You feel me? My mom didn't even do all 4 years of high school. She graduated her junior year. Then she went to nursing school. She was gonna graduate at the top of her class, but she ended up dabbling in them drugs in the 80s. And that's all it was, bro. And it used to trip me out as a kid, right? See my mom on them drugs. And I see a lot of people, moms on drugs, used to fuck with my mom. And I went to school with their kids. But then they end up, they was like, I'm done. I don't fuck with this shit no more. But my mom wouldn't stop. She still did. To this day, she still, I know when she go home, she still be getting out. She talk about she would have moved back home. Because she stay out here in Seattle. But we don't talk. She was like, yeah, I don't think Tish ever gonna talk to me again. I just don't got time for the bullshit. You get drunk and you get the, this disrespecting me, calling me out my name for no reason. I refuse to deal with shit like that. That's when I don't deserve it. And I remember one time my youngest son, right? He was like, "You act just like your mom." So I told my daughter, I said, "Fuck you." He told me I act like my mama because my daughter grew up. She, like I said, I was 13 when I had her, so she know how my mom is. She was like, "Who said that to you?" I said, "Romeo." She said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him because that's the motherfucking lie." She was like, "You nothing like her." And like one of my residents in my building, she knows my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like knows her. And she was like, "That's your mom?" I said, "Yeah, this is my mom." And she was like, later on after my mom left, she was like, um, "Damn, I didn't know that was your mom." I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Y'all like night and day." I was like, at first I didn't understand it, but now I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because we were very opposite. You, even when I grew up, every even when I was growing up, my grandma always told me, I'm not trying to put you. This is what exactly what she said, and I would. She said she always repeats this to me. She said, "I'm not trying to put you against your mom, but you and your mom will never get along." You never understood at that point in time. And I got to thinking, and I got to contemplating. So, like when my grandma passed in 2011, I was kind of hurt. Um, I was hurt. And I was like, God, why would you take my granny from me? You know what I'm saying? So to a certain from there, I was like, God, you took my grandma. You know, like why you taking me? Really stopped believing in the Lord after that. Not trying to be disrespectful. I know it's a higher power. Nobody's going to tell me nothing different. But in the meantime, between time, that don't stop me from being a good person. But I felt like after they took my grandma, you know what I'm saying? And I knew my grandma always told me, she's like, one day when I leave here, and I'm like, Big Ma, we call her Big Ma. I'm like, Big Ma, you ain't going nowhere. I said, you're going to be here forever. So she ended up getting sick. My auntie ended up taking her to Minnesota. And my daughter was already, she went to live in Minnesota to help take care of my granny, which is her great grandma, right? Who I named my child after. And my daughter was telling me that my auntie, which is my grandma's youngest child, wasn't taking care of her good enough. I was like, why she just didn't put her in an old folks' home, you know what I'm saying? And let them take care of her. And my grandma and my daughter was going to go visit my granny. And she was showing me pictures. Like, it tripped me out because, like, I just went to go see my grandma on Mother's Day. And I didn't leave her house until 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So I stayed all the way on the other side of Illinois. And when I went to go see, when I went to go visit her on Mother's Day of 2011, she asked me to come back home. Now it was she the one who encouraged me because I was already staying with her and helping her out. But she had encouraged me to move home. And I'm sorry, I'm reading something. And um, I'm trying to think what I was just talking about. I'm over here reading it. Like I was saying. Um, so she had asked me to move back home, and um, she had asked me to come home, come back home, um, uh, 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 come back home. And I told her, yeah, I'll come back home. You know what I'm saying? So I told her I'll come back home after the kids get out. So Mother's Day was in May. So my kids went to school, like basically in this part of Illinois, they went to school all year round, right? So, so I was like telling my granny when they get out of school, I'll move back home because I really love my granny. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when I found out, like I'm gonna say in June or something like that. That's when I found out she ended up having a stroke or whatever. So my auntie ended up taking her to Minnesota because that's when her youngest child stayed, you know. And my daughter, she had moved out there to Minnesota to help take care of my granny. So she said that what she say? She said my auntie wasn't taking care of her right, you know. I was kind of pissed. Like that's your mom. And My grandma, like, she was spoiled all her life. My grandma worked at the post office. So she'd give my auntie whatever she wanted. So I have a problem with it. And me and my auntie are 5 years apart. So it's crazy. But after my grandma passed, I ended up moving in with my auntie. I ended up moving to Minnesota. Why the fuck I do that? I had the slightest idea. Hated the whole 2 years I stayed in Minnesota. The weather is way worse than Chicago. And I stayed with my auntie for a minute. And my auntie tried to do me one day. I was working. At this time, I was working at Subway. And, basically, I think I want to say I've been out there maybe 6 or 7 months at this time. So my auntie was like, yeah, when I was cleaning out my big mama's stuff, mom, she called me mom, mom's stuff, she was sending you money. And I said, yeah, she was sending me money. I said, but you make it seem like she was sending me big money. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma was sending me like $50 here, $50 there. At that time, with the money orders, because I had just moved on my own, you know. She wanted me to experience. She's like, I didn't want you to turn out like your mom and never experienced living on your own. Because my mom, like, since my mom moved out here in Minnesota, she has. I didn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So she, she got to trying to disrespect me, and like I told her, I was on them phone calls when you begged Big Mama to get you a brand new van. I never disrespected my granny. I never called her out her name because she couldn't give me what I wanted. You called your mom a bitch because you wanted a car that you never even took care of. And I was tripping because and then I was like, and then you moved out here to Minnesota chasing a man who didn't even want you. That's why you really moved out here. And then you end up staying out here. Like, don't be trying to do me. Like, I mean, I was on them phone conversations where she used to get mad at my granny because my granny said she didn't have it. She'd be like, fuck you, da 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 da. And it used to piss me off. Like, how dare you talk to your granny like that? And like my grandma, we'd sit on the porch and we'd be sitting out there talking. And at that time, I didn't drink coffee. And we'd be outside just smoking cigarettes. My grandma knew I smoked weed, but it was just, I just felt so like I'm disrespecting her. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I didn't, um, I didn't, I didn't smoke in front of her. Even drinking alcohol, I didn't drink alcohol in front of my granny. I don't know. I just felt weird, and though I was of age, I don't know. I just felt weird. I feel like I was disrespecting, like my brothers and them. Like they had cursed in front of my grandma, and I was like, but that's because my auntie let them curse. But I used to get in their ass, like bro, even my baby brother, cause he cut like to this day he cursed his ass off. And I used to tell him, I'd be like, Elijah, bro, like you can't find another word to use. And he'd be like, he'd be telling me, Tish, you lost your accent. I said, what? He was like, you don't got your accent no more. I said, because I done moved around and picked up other people's shit. Like my brother, he always saying, Joe. What's up, Joe? What it is, Joe? Oh, shit. I got this fucking badass motherfucking cough. Driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. Yeah, this motherfucking cough is killing my chest. I promise you. Crazy. Oh my god, I'm so mad. I really want to talk to my guy, Mr. Young. I know he was in that live watching. I mean, in the clouds watching. And I wanted to know people's opinion about that shit. That shit was crazy. I don't care. I think that shit was hella crazy. That shit was crazy to me. That's why, like I tell people all the time, I know how to pick my battles. Fuck that. Pick my battles. Fuck that. I got this new weed. Oh my god, it's so good. It smells good. It tastes good, and it's not harsh. That's when you know you're smoking on some Bama. You got your throat hurting. That's that Bama. That's so sad. Like, I thought I was gonna start getting my weekends back off. But I guess not. That shit was funny. Who was in a live? I don't know if one of y'all was in that live. That shit was hilarious. Tate is a fucking fool. I swear to God, he is. He had me dying the whole time. For real. And I really like and respect um, Apocalypse. That shit, that live was wild, wild, wild. I was tripping. I was like, God damn. Everybody thought it was gonna be a fight. And they start making cameras that you can tape. That shit crazy. I was really tripping. That's why I wish Mississippi never left. Because I wanted to ask his opinion on that shit. But yeah, that shit was crazy. So today is my only day off. I'm working Saturday and Sunday in the morning time, which I don't got a problem with. I gotta do laundry tomorrow. It's just crazy. Got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. Only one day off. My crazy ass dogs when they was my older dogs when they was younger. You know, these niggas put a hole in my wall by eat. They like I don't know what the fuck they be eating. So I had to buy equipment and all of that stuff. I got me a sander so I can fix my walls. I'll fix them today. I mean, yeah, today. Um, but yeah, Big Red Tay, that motherfucker's a fucking fool. He's funny as fuck to me. It's crazy because it's like Bob really won't do. He's like, some apocalypse. Is it worth it? He was like, hell no, it ain't worth it. I was like, God damn, crazy. One thing about it, two things for sure. I can take my L. I might be embarrassed about it, but I can take an L. L ain't gonna do shit. That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. I swear. I know they show we gonna be talking about it tomorrow on somebody's chat. That was crazy. I was in that vibe in Mississippi. Well, I was in the chat. I was just tripping. God damn. Mello, you talking to Romeo? Huh? You talking to Romeo? Oh, he sound like him. Ooh, I'm telling you, this cough is bad. Well, it ain't bad as it was. When I get off this live, I'm gonna have to go drink me some tea or something. This shit is really burning my chest. So mad. Like, I was, nobody wouldn't hear me. Yeah, it is what it is. Hope everybody can hear me. Well, I know it's only one person, but hey, one person is enough for me. And they gonna be. I think Mississippi they're gonna be talking about that for at least a week or two. That shit was hilarious. And Ted didn't make it no better when he was telling his jokes. I was dying. Crazy. I think that shit was wild. Damn, tell you the cough is killing me. Damn. Like I said, I got shit to do. I gotta clean up my refrigerator. Be a lazy. I like doing that shit, but it gotta be done. Sometimes it be making me mad too. It's like my middle son will treat my plate like shit sometimes. Get attitudes with you for no reason. And then when your shit don't work, you ask him for this shit. You like, I don't care. Like my youngest son is more like me. I ain't call him his nick. Like I said, his nickname is Mellow. I ain't nickname him Mellow for nothing. He be just trying to make his brother happy. Sometimes he be feeling like his brother don't love him. That's why I said something about the 10-year-old killing his mom. That shit was crazy. In Wisconsin. As soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna make me some tea. Like every time I cough, I can feel it in my back. My lungs is in our back, so my back is killing me. can't lay down. I got to stand up. I mean, sit up in my bed because that's how bad I'm in pain. Telling you this shit, no joke. And I said I jinxed myself. They said how you jinx yourself. I said because I was bragging that I haven't been sick, and it's the honest God truth. In 10, like 10, 11 years now, right? So I feel like I jinxed myself from there. So my youngest son, right? Buying him shoes. All this time, I always thought my son wears 15, right? This nigga said, no, I don't wear 15. I said, I've been buying your shoes in the 15. Why haven't you said nothing? Right? I was like, I've been buying you shoes for the longest, and you never told me. So my oldest son, he wears a size 15, right? And he be giving my son shoes, so I assumed that he was wearing a 15, like my oldest son. Found out I was wrong with the motherfucker. Again, I didn't even know, and I was like, you didn't let me buy shoes in that size. That when you know you don't wear that size, right? So there's a particular pair of shoes I bought him, and we was walking to the store because I needed help with the groceries. And he going to tie his shoe up, so I bend down to feel his foot, the tip of your foot. I was like, these motherfuckers hella big, and I said, why haven't you even told me? You know what I'm saying? That I was buying the wrong shoes for you. Like I've been ordering his shoes online, and you ain't said shit. Like my son is really an animated guy, right? He like Naruto and all of that shit. So I ended up getting him some Nikes. Two different pair of Nikes, Naruto style. They was 150 a piece. I was so mad, and I was like, why haven't you said nothing to me and told me? He was like, I thought you assumed. I said, no, I didn't assume because you told me that you could fit some of Romeo's shoes. So I assume, you know what I'm saying, that you are 15. Making me feel like I'm crazy. So now we got that straight. I gotta buy him some new shoes. Keep buying him shoes. He need at least about 7 pairs. Now I feel bad. Like all these, like out of the last, I want to say 3, 4 years, I've been buying him that size. And I was like, you never even told me that I was buying you the wrong size, bro. But it was crazy. It is what it is. Thank you, Jesus. This is my last child. You know, it's crazy. And, you know, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to talk. I'm gonna get on here tomorrow. I'm gonna set my live up. I'm gonna talk about it on my channel tomorrow. What was gonna say. Yeah, I'll wait to talk about it on my live tomorrow. Now I'm gonna put it in my topic so I don't forget what I wanted to talk about. So for sure, I'll be on here tomorrow night. Well, I'm not gonna get on here that late because I gotta be at work Saturday morning. Yeah, for sure. These niggas are crazy. But yeah, it's time for me. I got like just got 6 more minutes, then I'm ending my live. Again, I'll be back on here tomorrow. But I'm gonna put it in my title so I don't forget what I want to talk about tomorrow. I will. It is what it is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end my live now. Gotta get some stuff prepared before I got some cleaning up to do. And then I gotta do my twist my son dreads. I had to buy a new hair dryer. I thought it was gonna be here by now, but it's not here. I got a blow dryer here. I got a blow dryer, but I'm getting one of the ones you put on your head, the old, like the old ladies used to have. My grandma used to have one. It's you used to it was one of the ones that looked like a baby suitcase. You would zip it out and then you take everything out and you just blow dry your hair. But that didn't came up now. You know what I'm saying? So I buy one of those because it would heat up the hair better. I was gonna buy like the salon one that you could push and bend up and down. This one it stays tight on your head. So as it stays tight on your head, it'll hurry up and dry your hair, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do and get it over with. But then he keeps saying his hair too long, and I like it because it's almost in the middle of his back. His dad. And what's so crazy about it, right? I'm gonna get off here. But what's so crazy about it, I used to braid his hair for for years. Like to this day, he never had a haircut. So my other two boys at the time had dreads. So he kept for years. He kept asking me to do dreads. But I was braiding his hair because I was trying to get my braiding game up, but I just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I just dreaded his hair. I think I dreaded his hair when he was, I want to say 10 or 11. He's 16 now. And my youngest, my oldest, my 19-year-old son, I dreaded his hair. I started his dreads at 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like a year ago, he just cut his dreads off. Now he want them back because he see his brother. But I gotta retwist this boy hair first. I told him we gotta retwist your hair. Then he want to cut him. Like I said, his dress is almost in the middle of his back. He said they're too long. So tomorrow we gotta redo his hair. Might have buy some more beeswax. I need to ask my son, like where he stay at, the products I really need for dreads is over there. Can't find them on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I find it on Amazon, but I'm looking for a big one, not no small one. You know what I'm saying? My son had bought me some dread. It's called dreadlocks from Barry Fletcher, and I was so fucking pissed. That's when I had like three dogs at the time. They ended up getting to it and spilled it all on my floor. I don't know how to pronounce your name. My night is going great. It's going real great. Thank you for asking. How's your night? I ended up getting to my Barry Fletcher. That shit is expensive, but it lasts for almost 2 years. The big bottle, you know. You don't gotta use so much like you use beeswax. But I'll use both of them because it stiff it up better when it's under the hair. So, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, I'm just talking, just yapping off at the mouth. But yeah, I've been on here for 2 hours. I thank you so much for coming by. But I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna set my live up for tomorrow. Uh, So, like I said, I'm gonna put in what I want to talk about on my live, so I don't forget, because I will. So it is what it is. Again, I thank you so much for coming. And I'm gonna get off here. I got hella shit to do in the morning. My only day off, because it's crazy because I already work Monday through Thursday, and I had picked up some extra shifts, so I gotta work on Saturday and Sunday. So I thank you so much again. I appreciate you so much. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, it is what it is. I thank you again. I thank you. You have a great night. I mean, you've been in here almost the whole life or something. I mean, even if you don't want to get on on my live, you know what I'm saying? You could have, type like how you is doing. I like interaction with people. I don't care if you don't get on live or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just started my channel, so it is what it is. I be just talking. I be really talking about my life, and I try to talk about. I see it on the internet. I'm not that much big on celebrities, but I will talk about it. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna get off of here and thank you again. And I thank you so much for having fun. But next time, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, tomorrow I'm gonna get on here about 8 o'clock my time. Because I stay in the East Coast, on the East Coast. I mean West Coast. So, about 9 o'clock. I said 8, I think, when I'm getting on 9. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get on about 8:30. 8:30. Yeah, from 8:30 to 11:30. And again, I just hope you and come back. I appreciate y'all, even the ones in the clouds. I really appreciate y'all spending y'all time with me, and though it's only four of us in the chat, and I really do like deep in my heart. I'm sorry, this cough is like really killing me. So I want to try to get my voice a little bit better, and I'll be on this live tomorrow. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Starting to lose my voice a little bit, but again, thank you. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful Friday for sure.